What up, y'all? You know who it is, your boy JD Kiss, you know what I mean? Right now with Chris John. Shout out to Camden, New Jersey, all my niggas out there. Let's get right into it. Yeah!
Yo, BTBTV.
Chris John, man. Yo, born, let's get him, man.
Oh.
Yeah. Right now off plan, used to get busy with them guns in my hand. 4 or 5 or a black 9 with a grand in my pocket and beef cool as a fan. BTBTV, we are not playing. Y'all just talk, we back it up and down. Sideways F what y'all saying, we Kyrie and Kanye. This a boss talk, so you clowns should just fly away. Yeah. Hop on the bridge, throw your frame off the highway. This not a game, this is business, this my way. Real talk, your opinion is nothing to us. We gon' stay on chill, long as y'all don't violate, but it's not fair. We could be cool or your worst nightmare. We the best, I swear. And you could be my friend or enemy, I don't care. And you better be aware. Cause we coming for the whole pie and we don't share. No, it just ain't fair. But we the best, I swear. We the best, I stay up in the mix. A project politics, my mood kinda sick. Name well known from the hood to the sticks. 100 on the highway, flying so fast, burn the gears when I shift. Some people kick dirt on your name, what should you give them? Broke your back for them and they got the nerve to play you. Kick rap's door off, pushed and shoved my way through. Bum rush the kitchen, put my floor up on the menu. The jealousy be hitting up in jokes. That's why I stay serious like David Banner turned in the Hulk in pure form like the Pope. Haters get infrared beams with the scope, so run and get ghost. We fight good, boxed in like Floyd on the ropes. I'm the great black hope. Man, we the team and they know it coast to coast and it just ain't fair. We could be cool or your worst nightmare. We the best, I swear. And you can be my friend or enemy, I don't care. And you better be aware. Cause we coming for the whole pie and we don't share. No, it just ain't fair. We the best. If you with us, put your lighters in the air. No, it just ain't fair. BTBTV.
Just stay fair.
Just fair, man.
Oh.
Through the joy and the pain.
Yo, we're about to go back, yo. We're about to do something, about to go back and get it popping again. My little bro Chris John, BTBTV. We bully the bullies. Where you at, bro? Just let them know. We about to go there right now. Hold on, here we go. Hey, yo, Born, let's go.
Yo, Born. Show them how we do this, man. BTBTV.
We bully the bullies.
No run, no retreat. Yeah.
BTB TV.
One more time for y'all in the back.
Got
Slow ninjas. Right. Yo, John Gotti flow, rap Pablo. Escobar status, rap game Corleone. I can show you how you lay back and watch your pockets grow. Stay away from devious women, end up like Papa Smoke. Y'all wake up every day twitching like yo, I gotta post. I wake up every day mission. It's $1 million notes, dominoes, bodies drop, rot stink like hollow toast. Broadway, man, if you know, then you know. I came for everything they said I couldn't have. Got that and then some, and then some. My wins on overload, say y'all overdose. Your rappers in the tight squeeze and that clutch like Cobra rope. The okie doke, we don't go for that. All she wrote, another tale from the street. Death and horror flow. The projects like a ghost trying to haunt your soul. Another tale from the street. Homicide the folks who want to play till them guns scream adios. Another tale from the street. Black Mafia. So Don Corleone mixed with Al Capone. Another tale from the street, like an opera show. These kids be acting to their life movie, curtain closed. Nowadays, your foes will plot you wearing Malcolm X hats, 666, the devil on his shoulder, won the death match. Reminiscing when more street ninjas was off the hook, chasing D's above the block, trying to run and get the force, blood on pavement. He's 12 years old and he tough to play with. He don't go to playgrounds, that's his fiends who want their veins stick. We can't miss. We can hit the talk and put our hands behind our back, our eyes closed and half brainless. Don't play with us. Another tale from the street, death and horror flow. The projects like a ghost try and haunt your soul. Another tale from the street, homicide the folk who want to play till them guns scream adios. Another tale from the street, black mafia. So Don Corleone mixed with Al Capone. Another tale from the street, like an opera show. These kids be acting to they like movie, curtain closed. Yeah, BTBTV.
It's the movement, man.
You're born. You're born, let's get him. Let's get him. Kaz, we up in here, man.
Yo, first of all, I want to say peace to the 5% nation of guys and nerves. Salaam alaikum, alhamdulillah, rahmatullah to all the true Muslim brothers and sisters out there. This is the King of New Jersey. This is BTBTV. We bully the bullies. I'm your honorable host on Divine Almighty Allah. And we're going to talk about that New Jack City shit. The Mac Middle Show. Salute, my bro, in the building, man.
Salute. You already know.
Yeah. We're going to talk about that New Jack City shit. And all you niggas is claiming it came from the Chambers brothers. When I was living in the projects, it was no projects like that in Detroit like it was in fucking Jersey and Washington. Pioneer Homes, with Gloria Manors, Bay Way, P.S. Manors. Come on. We can even go to North. Seth Boynton, Day Street Projects. Let's keep it real. That was a real New Jack City, bro. Prince Street, the real New Jack City.
I heard about Prince Street back in the day.
But since you niggas don't want to, y'all want to give Jersey no spot, I'm gonna give Jersey all the shot right now. Fuck what y'all heard. It's the King of New Jersey, BTBTV, and I'm definitely bullying bullies from out of town. Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Hold on. We gonna start. Let me see where we'll start from. We're gonna start my boy Sean Harvard speaking on the Beef with the Shower Posse, yo. We're gonna go there. You know what I'm saying?
He beat the odds. So you niggas don't know me. Y'all know the new Sean. Y'all don't know the old Sean. You know what I'm saying? So I lost.
Salute, bro.
I lost a deep friend in the game. And like, you know what I'm saying? And to this day, man, I'm saying people don't understand the pain. You know what I'm saying? That I had to go see the devil and ask God for help.
Peace to the God.
I lost a good friend, man. A stand-up dude, man. His name is Black Prello. He's from Avon, North New Jersey. Soldier. Feel me? So understand, when you're in this lifestyle, you play these streets like I play these streets. You know what I'm saying? I played this game, but I got scars all over me, my nigga, from the losses I took. Every loss I took, my nigga, in this world was a win for me because I learned. Every loss I took was a win for me. Believe me when I tell you that. If anything I'm going to tell you about my losses, not my wins. Because wins come. Losses would make you a man. Loss would make you tough. You know what I'm saying? So I just want to give you some real shit. You know what I'm saying? Some shit that I don't really talk about. I wanted to touch on a little bit about some real street niggas that come in this game. And we all got situations like that. We all lost people like that. We know those that know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about some real street shit. I'm not talking about this Instagram shit, my nigga. I'm not talking about this Instagram. I don't give a fuck about this Instagram shit, nigga. I had a name before Instagram. I don't give a fuck about this shit, my nigga. None of this shit. People don't like me. They don't even know me, my nigga. They don't know the shit that a young nigga went through. I don't even supposed to be here. I supposed to have been dead a long time ago, committed suicide. I don't supposed to be here. But the grace of God. I got some old timers that pray for me. Muslim dudes. Christian. They want to see me make it because they know that kid went through some shit. Never had a father, none of that shit. I never complained. When you niggas come on my neck, I never complain. When niggas try to take my head off, I never complain.
Fair use, fair use, fair use.
I never folded, my niggas. I had my head up and my heart out, and I was hurt. But I never gave up. I never gave up. So I'm saying, don't lie on me, my niggas. Don't lie on me. And niggas try to fold me plenty of times. I never gave up. I didn't fold. I didn't go out like a pussy. I didn't cry. I took it like a man. I took it. That's what Bilal taught me. You take your wins and your losses, nigga. That's the game. This ain't no rap shit by Meek Mills. I'm telling you, real street niggas take their wins. You can't be in the street and not take an L, my nigga. That's the favorite thing people say. Oh, he took an L before he got knocked out.
Apple top.
Oh, this, that. They got one incident everyone talks about me. You can't. I can tell you another incident. A nigga punched me in the face in jail. I can tell you some incidents. They want more? A nigga punched me in the face. I told nigga suck my dick. Nigga knocked me. Nigga punched me in my face. My man Twin. I remember that. I forgot the beginning of that story. Y'all wasn't here. I was telling people the first lesson I got in jail. Nigga punched me in the face. Closed me, gave me a donut. I told nigga suck my dick. I was out of pocket. Today, that dude's my best friend to this day. He's from Kingston, Jamaica. So if everyone think I took an L off that situation, I never took an L, my nigga. I always got a lesson out of it. I blame myself. When Twin punched me in the face, I blame myself. Any predicament I got myself into, I blame myself. Now why? I should have read it. I was raised by old timers. You could read a problem coming. But I was so arrogant. I got a situation in the streets, my nigga. I could avoid it, my nigga. But I was so arrogant. Arrogant. When you're arrogant, you can't see nothing. I was so arrogant at one time, my nigga. I couldn't see nothing. But the world will humble you, my nigga.
Tape alert on the beat.
All right, y'all. I was Sean Hartwell, real EPort Posse representative. But yo, we about to get real deep in this shit right now because I'm tired of you crab ass niggas disrespecting Jersey, talking about New Jack City was based on some country ass niggas from Alabama that moved to Detroit.
Yeah, facts.
We'll keep it all the way funky. Yo, we even had the Fed magazine saying what New Jack City was based on. EPort Posse, Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Posse, yeah.
Y'all know that we're gonna show y'all. We're gonna show y'all today, bro. Because we don't take no losses like that, man. We win, we take losses, but we win, nigga. We win. This is the big homie, the big bro. This is family. Bilal Pretzel, EPort Posse. We about to let y'all hear his story. You know what I'm saying? We going through all this shit, man. We don't play, man. We don't play, bro. That's what we do, man. I show respect where I'm from, niggas. Let's get it.
We ain't taking the Jersey in a minute. So tonight, we're taking a ride down Jersey. Now, the Jersey in the building, shout your hood out in the comments. Now, we're not glorifying anything tonight. It's just a history lesson. Now, the Pretzel family been active since the 1960s, fighting shootouts, just chasing wreck all over Jersey. With the large number bloodline, the third generation would take advantage of the family name and hit the drug scene. Now, the Pretzel family tradition was not selling drugs. See, those rules were enforced to keep the family in line. But what you going to tell someone that came from a broken home? Now, what you know about the EPort Posse? The name came from the majority of the members resided in the Elizabeth section of Elizabeth, New Jersey.
Eastwick, nigga.
Now, Bilal, a.k.a. Easy, and his brother, Robert, a.k.a. Wakil, would start an organization consisted of 2 drug distribution teams. The group was divided into two groups, with Bilal running phase 2. Now, Bilal run started in 1987 in junior high school. He started off selling tree, getting it from the Jamaicans, and was doing so well. He and his friends was able to buy, clothes, jewelry, cars, have the pretty women. And he was a pretty fair guy also. He knew how to fight. See, a lot of people were scared of Bilal before the gunplay because he had put them hands on him. But yeah, he was selling lots of tree and blew up in a month. With connections in New York, he decided to step his game up to coke. But he knew it was serious business, and he didn't have any intentions on disappointing the connect. He was getting his work from the Dominicans in New York. The work was being transported in taxi cabs. Now, the trafficking network included Elizabeth, Newark, Linden, and Broadway. In March 1998, working with the Union County Narcotics Strike Force and the state police, the Elizabeth Police Detective Division began making a series of undercover narcotic buys from street-level dealers near the Pioneer Homes housing project in Elizabeth. The investigation dubbed Operation Pioneer. Now, November 9th, 1988, at 6 a.m., the Pioneer Homes and Loomis Street addresses in Elizabeth were painted with over 30 arrests, including Robert Pidlow. Items seized from two locations included an Audi sports car, a Suzuki, a Jeep, Nissan Pathfinder, $67,000 worth of cocaine, and $31,000 in cash, a loaded .22, and a loaded double-barrel shotgun. Now, one of the members decided to become an informant. Now, I don't think it's necessary to say his name on this public channel, but
at Behavior Interventions, we help kids.
The former they talk about is Muta Sesams. Muta Sesams, he taught us how to play basketball, football, baseball. He did all that to the kids, he did all for the kids, what I'm saying? But he did inform, he did rap, so he got to wear that title. I know his ex-wife, I know his kid, I know his kids, all that. I know his first cousins, all his family. But he did tell, what I'm saying? So like I said, he taught us a lot. He showed us a mad love in the hood, what I'm saying? So I'm gonna say shout out to him for that, for telling. Get the 49311 with that, nigga. We don't do that shit. We stand up, niggas, man. We don't rap. He ain't the only one that ratted on EPort Posse. You know what I'm saying? We got to talk about Lover Jade. Nigga Jamil. He's a fucking rap. Supreme rap. He ain't just ratted on EPort Posse. He ratted on niggas out of Pittsburgh and North Carolina, all that shit. 80% nigga wants to float on nigga. Let's keep it real. Let's go, man. Yo, this is my hood. I'm showing love, bro. Fuck that.
Word. Let's
kids
go.
with special needs. We help support families that have children.
With his help, phones were tapped, warrants were issued, and more houses were raided. November 25th, 1988, 6 teens, including Bilal, was arrested. Bilal moved this operation to Linden to avoid the heat in Elizabeth. The police seized $133,000 worth of coke and $72,000 in cash. Now, Bilal was charged with being a leader of a drug trafficking network, maintaining and operating a drug manufacturing faculty, possession more than 5 ounces of cocaine with the intent to distribute, employee juveniles in a drug distribution scheme, and cocaine distribution within 1,000 feet of the school. He was told if convicted, he could be facing life in prison. Now, he will make the $250,000 bill, and 5 days later, Bilal and his brother would be involved in another raid. Man, the law was not playing around this time. It was, the war on drugs and shit. Now, the two received more drugs and gun charges. Now, Bilal was in the county with his feet up. He knew he had to run his operation from jail, so he made sure he had the phones on lock. Now, he would do this by having guys bailed out. He buying sneakers from everyone on his tier and promising jobs. Guys would give him their phone time. Now, you have, records show that some of his phone calls would last up to 3 to 4 hours. Now, he was known for spoiling his men, taking them, on shopping sprees every month, buying his men cars, giving money to kids on the street, the whole nine. It's been alleged that he once bought 5 cars in 1 week, and he had no license. Now, one day you could spot him pushing a canary yellow Caddy Eldorado with the yellow matching interior with the chrome piping, the Peugeot 505 with the tan leather interior, candy apple Benz, the Jeep with the bikini doors, soft top with the crazy sound system, banging party music with his name in it. Yeah, that was during the time where they used to make the custom tapes. They used to pay the DJs to say their names. Now, it's been alleged that Bilal and his brother Robert was able to get furloughed while in the county. Now, furlough was just like a temporary release, like when inmates will go to work. But I don't know how these guys would get that. But these guys would receive, the paperwork. They would have paperwork sent to them about the informant. Now, while on temporary release, they would pay him a visit. Now, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but let's just say a hammer, machete, and an electric saw was involved. Now, I'm going to cover that on my upper echelon channel. So for all my upper echelon members, I'll cover all the bodies that's tied.
All right. Now, the machete and the saw, right? That's what they use to chop up Mutar Sessions' body. They cut up his body and had him in all different bags, placed all over Union County, New Jersey, and some parts of New York. It was also alleged that his head was being played kickball with in the Pioneer Home Project by kids because they had his head in a bowling ball bag. Now, I wasn't there to see the head being kicked around, but I was in the Pioneer Homes at the time I lived there, and I heard about it. I was a young kid, you know what I'm saying? But also understand that Bilal paid off a lot of people for a lot of shit he did, and the people accepted it because the money was involved. You dig what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, what he ain't talking about, I know. So I'm telling you what happened.
When big money's involved, a lot of niggas turn the other way, turn the other cheek.
Facts.
Just not where it goes.
Tied to the organization. And it's way darker than you expected when I cover the stories. You'll look at these men different. So if you're not an upper echelon member, join now. It's worth it. Now, Bilal will end up making bail. And thanks to the help of his guy, Sean Hartwell, he was able to get the bail down to $500,000. And he will pull some strings to get it done. Now, Robert will make the $250,000 bail. Now, they will get out, and Bilal will call a meeting with drug dealers from all over Elizabeth to let them know he didn't want their territory or nothing, but they're going to take his product and get with his program. And if anyone wanted to dispute that, he's killing them on the spot, no questions asked. Now, the problem with that is he's tried to get the older fellas that have been in the game longer than him to get with the program, telling them that they can only sell heroin. And I'm pretty sure they looked at him like he was crazy. But there was a kingpin named Bobby Ray Davis that was fresh home. He was doing this thing, and he was in the field way before Bilal. Now, Davis.
Bobby Ray, that's my boy Rocky's father. Bobby Ray, he just came home, but him and his brothers, Davis, not the Davis related to the Colonel, but the other Davises, they was heavy in the streets of Elizabeth, And he gave him an option, and that's when bloodshed started, We can go back and let him finish telling about it. Then I'm gonna tell y'all about it because I was there. I seen it.
Davis was the alleged heroin king. He was one of the few that came to the agreement with Bilal to only move heroin. But shortly after the agreement, members of the EPort Posse came across some of Davis' men hustling coke in the Pioneer projects. Now, July 9th, 1989, Bilal, Sean, and others jumped one of Davis' men that was spotted dealing coke. Now, later that day, almost around 11 p.m., Davis and a few of his men spotted Robert, and he was gunned down. Now, Robert ended up dying in Sean's arms. Now, that same night, Sean, Bilal, and Irvin was riding around heavy looking for ops, but the cops got to them and charged them for gun possession. Now, the cops thought Sean was responsible for Robert's death because he had blood all over him. Now, that very next day, one of the brothers named...
Hey, I hear this shit, right? We keep it real. Let's listen, y'all. Let's listen.
Thomas Pretlow gunned down Bobby Ray Davis after spotting him getting out of his car in front of his home. Now, and I want to make sure you guys follow me on this because this is going to be a lot. Wait till y'all hear this. Now, we're going to start with July 26, 1989. Bilal Easy Pretlow pleaded guilty to 3 narcotics charges in exchange for the dismissal for the 17 other charges. Now, he was able to get the most serious charge dismissed of being a leader of a narcotics network. Now, he copped out the 20 years with the eligibility for parole after 7.5 years. Now, shortly after, he will be charged with running the organization while incarcerated after his phone calls were tapped. Now, not only that, but they were linking murders to the organization. July 27, 1989, they returned an indictment charging Bilal and several others with over 35 counts of drug trafficking. January 25th, 1991, they handed down another indictment, which was a superseding indictment, including Bilal and several other members with over 35 counts of drug trafficking, violent crimes, and racketeering. Now, if I was his lawyer, I would have just quit at this point. Now, Bilal's criminal enterprise charge carried the death penalty. They wanted to put the EPort Posse chapter to rest. Now, it became the first death penalty case to be tried in New Jersey and second in the nation under the new death.
All right, y'all. Hold on one second. Let me go back.
That was the first death penalty case?
Yeah, that's the first death penalty case in Lisbon, New Jersey, man. New Jersey, period. First death penalty case, bro. Let me go back. I don't want you to miss nothing. You know what I'm saying? Go back. Hold on. So while y'all niggas talking, New York and Philly was the only ones out here getting that fucking bread. Jersey niggas did the same shit, man. It wasn't just North New Jersey, it was Elizabeth, New Jersey too. Let's keep it funky, you know what I'm saying? How these white guys niggas said, let's keep it glico. And white guys right niggas, let's keep it glico. Well, let me see this shit. Let me see.
Why they always trying to leave Jersey out, man?
Because niggas don't like Jersey niggas, man. Because everybody around the world love us.
Right.
We go. Yo, but yo, you know, I'm showing y'all niggas something, man. I'm showing y'all niggas something for a reason, man. Because this is where I'm from, yo.
Nah, they be hating on Jersey all the time, man. I always hear them talk about New York.
Here we go right here, y'all. Let's do this.
You might be asking yourself, can you actually do high quality live stream?
Lord forgive me for this trap shit. Sergeant Smack, make it back.
Fair use.
Bob called and said, boss, this is a real problem. And that's when we decided to go to New York to have Bob make this presentation.
We spent the entire day talking about crack.
Fly like Puerto Rican Jesus. Uptown like my baby made just for the touchdown from the bay.
June of 1986, Bob Stutman was finally able to convince DEA chief
EPort Posse
to come to New York to discuss the crisis.
Bob called and said, boss, this is a real problem. And that's when we decided to go to New York to have Bob make this presentation.
We spent the entire day talking about crack and what it was doing to the
content creator like me.
City Police Department. We had great relationship with us, but they were upset because we weren't working with them. And so we spent the day, and Jack Long walked away, said, "You're right."
Coincidentally, it was the same day that Len Bias overdose death occurred in Washington.
As the meeting broke up, they heard the news. The brilliant college basketball star Len Bias had died of a cocaine overdose the night before, just 2 days after signing with the Boston Celtics.
Oh, Bias looks. We walk out of a meeting that we spent 7 hours in talking about a drug that frightened us because of what its potential was, and then to find out that somebody as with as much talent as a Len Bias, with as great a future, had died from an overdose of cocaine. It really impacted all of us.
It's a shame that the death of a basketball star had to change the nation's perception about a drug, but that's exactly what happened.
From the Crime Subcommittee, the death penalty for major traffickers.
From the Crime Subcommittee, the death penalty for major traffickers. From the Crime Subcommittee, the death penalty for major traffickers.
This is Eyewitness News at noon.
Good afternoon. I'm Bob Goldman.
I'm Andrea Rowan. A local success story took a tragic turn this morning. Len Bias, the Maryland University basketball star on his way to becoming a world champion Boston Celtic, died of an apparent heart attack today at Leland Memorial Hospital in Prince George's County. Dave Statter is at the College Park campus of the University of Maryland with this live update.
Andrea, this is Washington Hall. This is where Len Bias collapsed early this morning in this dormitory here on the University of Maryland campus. He was talking to some friends early this morning when he collapsed. Doctors say he died of a heart attack, cardiopulmonary arrest, but what that means or what caused that heart attack, we don't know. And at this point, we don't know what the real cause of death for this 22-year-old rising star of the Maryland basketball team and eventually the Boston Celtics. Bias was rushed to Leland Hospital early this morning by ambulance. Following him to the hospital were friends and relatives and fellow basketball players from the University of Maryland campus. A lot of people came from the nearby Adelphi community. Bias went to Northwestern High School not far from the hospital. Many of his friends showed up at the hospital, obviously very upset over this news and this latest turn and the end of this tragic career for the University of Maryland basketball star. From what we understand, CPR, cardiopulmonary resuscitation, was started right away as soon as Bias collapsed by some people that were with him in the room here at Washington Hall. Prince George's County ambulance took him to the hospital, and Dr. Edward Wilson of Leland Hospital worked on Bias.
At this point, it's cardiorespiratory arrest. It's now a coroner's case. The body will be sent to Baltimore. Further information will come out of that department. We don't know what caused the death. He was circulating blood well, so it looks like there was no internal bleeding.
Investigators say they have 4 hours of his life. From what we've been able
This is Rebecca, who needs a new script. And this is Fernando, searching savings with a click. Online or in-store, for your health and your wallet, 85% of scripts are under $10. CVS Pharmacy. Healthier happens together.
Are you ready?
Ready. Let's go.
You have fancy friends.
It's an Uber. Exact.
Oh, The Flash, PG-13.
The Congress. The lights go on. Drugs. Drugs. You're
From the Crime Subcommittee, the death penalty for major traffickers. Life in prison for some seized.
For their own.
We on our way to New Jersey with it. Elizabeth, all my niggas from New Jersey, y'all get in the comment box. Y'all know I always fuck with y'all niggas real strong. Now, we definitely going to be covering one of, I want to say, the top legends coming out of New Jersey. I know most of the names mentioned. We get Midget Molly a lot. We get Akbar Prey a lot. I almost want to say the gentleman that we covering today, his story kind of goes under the radar because he really didn't get a chance to I don't even really want to say to really start his career, to be honest. And it was a lot of circumstances within this particular case that just stood out with me. And that's going to be pretty much before I was doing Mob Ties. I heard about this story and it always struck home for me, just like several other stories. When I first kind of went through some prior episodes, some stuff, like certain stuff I would kind of leave out, or I wouldn't give every single detail because I felt, just out of respect of the person that I was covering, some of the stuff was not like full public knowledge, so I ain't really want to. But I really think this one is really one that gets uncovered, and the guy that we're going to be covering today is going to be Bilal Pretlow. And for those of you that never heard of Mr. Pretlow, he's going to be, like I said, pretty much a 21-year-old that, or at the start of his career, from all accounts, they're going to say he was 17, but that's just based on the research that I did. And he was, I want to say, born and raised in New Jersey. And it's like I said, when I first started doing Mob Ties, put it like this was one of the episodes that I knew I had to cover and I had to speak on. So it's going to be several things that stand out. And the first thing that really stands out is when he was convicted, or when he was indicted, I should say, was a real vital time in the drug game. It's going to be with the emergence of crack. And I don't know what it was, but just based on my research, the shit that he was doing pretty much was going on in every single state. But they singled him. It was pretty much 3 cases that they had that they qualified and they wanted to run through the ringer with first. So I'm going to start by saying on February 2nd, 1991, a federal death penalty law was passed in 1988. And as that was used as a weapon in the government's campaign against drugs, and it's moving towards its first test. And the first cases or the trials were set up for Chicago, for Alabama, and going to be from New Jersey. Now, an anti-drug bill signed by President Reagan allows the government to execute convicted drug kingpins and anyone convicted of drug-related killings. So we're going to repeat that again. It was a bill signed by then President Ronald Reagan that allowed the government to execute convicted drug kingpins and anyone convicted of drug-related killings. Now, at that time, before that law was passed, it was 28 years since the last federal execution. So I said it was 3 cases, and I said that the 3 cases was going to take place in Chicago, Alabama, and New Jersey. The case in Alabama was actually going to be for a white gentleman by the name of David R. Chandler, and he was set to go to trial on February the 12th of 1991, and he was accused of arranging and providing a weapon for a May 1990 killing related to a marijuana grow and distribution operation in East Alabama. And if I'm not mistaken, I want to say he didn't get the death penalty, but he's still in jail on that offense. Now, the case in Chicago is going to be one that we're going to bring to you. So we're going to just kind of talk light. It's going to be of a guy by the name of Alexander Connor, if I'm not mistaken. And, or I might be off with the last name because I got so much going on, but pretty much in his case, it was going to be something similar. I want to say he killed a federal witness. And in this case, they're going to say Mr. Pretlow also killed a police informant, and it was also another killing that was involved with the case. So they wanted to try him for murder for those 2 cases. They pretty much called him, like I said, called him a kingpin at the age of 21. And according to the New York Times, they said Mr. Pretlow's career was brief but eventful. And according to his indictment, his career began in 1987 when he was a junior at Elizabeth High School. Shout out to everybody that went to Elizabeth High. Anybody? Y'all know we need y'all in the comment box, especially
Elizabeth High, stand up. Elizabeth High, stand up.
1987 to 1990. Now, it ended up with him going to prison in the fall of 1987. So they pretty much gave him life over a 2-year run. And by all accounts, they said the organization started out selling marijuana. He had several brothers that were down with the organization that it wouldn't be right if I didn't mention them, because a lot of times he's the main one that get brought up. And also shout out to Sean Hartwell too. He's another guy. He's home, but he was definitely a main person that was involved with this case. He has an interview up on YouTube. Y'all just search him. Real good interview. Now, when high school ended, like we said, he went from high school almost to prison. Now, during that time, he established himself by cutting the price of vials of cocaine from the usual $20 to $10 for some customers. And that was according to Kevin McCarthy, who was the assistant U.S. attorney who outlined the government's case against the then EPort Posse. And the way they got the name EPort Posse from what the government contends, that probably was not even their name, but from what the government intends, they were from the Elizabeth Port section of the city. And they pretty much used that to take on their name. Now, after his arrest, sometime in March of 1991, at the New Jersey's Commission's public hearing on Afro-Legal and Organized Crime, police detective Thomas G. Swan testified about a particularly vicious group of young African-American males that operated a cocaine trafficking network in Elizabeth and in the Clinton Avenue area of Newark. And in March of 1988, working with the Union County Narcotics Strike Force and the state police, the Elizabeth Police Detective Division began making a series of undercover narcotics buys from street-level dealers near the Pioneer Homes housing projects in Elizabeth. And the investigation was dubbed Operation Pioneer.
Yo, stand up to Pioneer Homes, bro. We did what we did, bro. 24F First Court, baby boy. This is how we do. Shout out. Yo, fuck it. Let's show love.
Now, after they obtained search warrants and arrests in 1988, Detective Swan was able to develop a confidential informant, a gentleman by the name of Muta Sessoms, who revealed that a vast majority of those arrested in the Operation Pioneer were part of organizations controlled by two brothers, and those two brothers he alleged was going to be Robert and Bilal Pretlow. Now, after those arrests,
yo, I'm gonna tell you some funny shit. I remember when I was a kid, right? We always knew Muta Sessoms was home when he was coming to the block, because you hear his truck 4 blocks away. He had one of them, the motherfucking Wranglers, yo, with the plastic windows and shit like that, the top off. Right. You hear that shit. His system was so loud. You hear that shit 3 to 4 blocks away. You feel the vibration in your feet, yo. That's how loud that shit was, yo.
Them systems back in the days used to be crazy, huh? I remember.
Oh yeah,
uncles and shit. They be having the same systems.
The two groups merged under the leadership of the younger brother Bilal, and this is all according to Detective Swan. Now, organization members called themselves the EPort Posse Phase 2 after the Elizabeth Seaport, and modeled themselves after Jamaican posses. He said they were often dressed in flamboyant styles, arming themselves with sophisticated weapons, and investing in expensive jewelry. Several expensive cars driven by the group members were placed in the names of their acquaintances or relatives. So starting out, they're going to say that Bilal was dealing marijuana in high school. He eventually grabbed the drug market for him and his brother's organization, and they ran rival gangs out of Elizabeth, occasionally with shootouts, and some of those shootouts would occur in broad day. Now, Detective Swan testified as the enormous style.
But shoot at one time. All right, so I'm standing in the middle of the court, right? And shout out to my big cousin Jabbo. We're in the middle of the court, we talking and shit. I'm like in the fucking 8th grade. And out of nowhere, some niggas from North came through. They shooting out the niggas from North. Jabbo pushed me down. While he pushed me down, he was adding these niggas back out, right? Nobody dropped or got killed, so I can talk about this shit, yo. But yo, that when they said shoot us in broad day, it was shoot us in broad day where I'm from, yo. Real talk. Shoot us in broad day. I'm talking about I'm ducking bullets in the 8th grade, yo.
For real.
Salute.
I got my boy Cross in the building, the plug.
Salute everybody. Salute.
It's the plug podcast. It's the plug podcast. The plug podcast.
We got my man Mac Mizzle for shizzle up in here.
You already know.
Yeah, you know we do, man. But yo, this is Eastwick, man. Stand up Eastwick, man. I'm so love to my town. EPort Posse. All that. Let's go.
Posse.
In which Bilal pursued his goal to expand the drug market. They said he pretty much had meetings of drug dealers from all over Elizabeth and a Central New Jersey restaurant. That he indicated that his intentions to control the drug trafficking market in Elizabeth, and he threatened that those who would not go along with him would face reprisals from his group. Now, Detective Swan testified that the group's cocaine supply came from a Dominican by the name of Benson, who was located in New York City, which is not far from New Jersey. And the cocaine generally transported to the city of Elizabeth in taxi cabs. Now, in 1989,
I'm Nick Nimmin, and I'm a StreamYard user. For the last 6 years, I've been live streaming consistently to YouTube and Facebook and everywhere else on the internet that would have me. And during that time, I've had the opportunity to use pretty much all the live streaming software that's available. Once I discovered StreamYard and found how easy it is, I was sold right out of the gate.
Bam! HelloFresh. Guys, shrimp spaghetti with a kick is what we're going to make. You guys know that HelloFresh makes cooking dinner easy, fun, and affordable? Let's do this. Everything is already pre-packaged, pre-portioned, so you guys have no food to waste.
the group was distributing kilograms of cocaine, resulting in profits of hundreds of thousands of dollars per week, according to the detective. And he said law enforcement strengthened this resolve to deal with the EPort Posse as violence surrounding its operation escalated. The informant, Mr. Sessoms, was murdered in June of 1989, and Bilal's brother Robert was killed by a rival gang on July 9th of 1989 as well. Now, there's going to be the day after a third brother that we mentioned, his brothers earlier, Thomas. They're going to allege that he killed a gentleman by the name of Bobby Ray Davis.
All right, yeah, check this out. Let's do some real shit. When Mutai was killed, everybody loved Mutai Sessoms. Even though we don't understand that he was a rat back then. But when we was kids, we didn't know what a rat really was like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Mutai Sessoms taught us how to play basketball, baseball, football. He'd come to the block, buy us ice cream and shit like that, and show us love. I know his daughter. I know his daughter's mom. I know his whole family. We all grew up. Elizabeth is like, it's a big city. It's a nice sized city.
So basically he was like the old school Robin Hood in some ways.
Yeah, facts. He's facts, yo. And his family, like I said, I grew up with his family. I was close to his family. He is a fucking rat. But at the time I was a kid, I didn't know nothing about that. I just knew that he was a good person. He treated us good. He showed love to the kids, you know what I'm saying? And I remember Bobby Ray. We didn't call him Bobby Ray, we call him Bobby Ray. His son, two of his sons, Binky and Rocky. I grew up with them. We went to school together. We grew up together. We hustled together. We beefed. We fought, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to Rocky and Binky. But Bobby Ray Davis, that was the one that was going. They were going to war over the drug trade in Elizabeth. You know what I mean? Just want to let you know. That's we just dealing with facts right now. Here we go.
Who was a Newark drug dealer that had designs on the Pretlow turf, and in retaliation for Robert's death. So he pretty much avenged his brother's death, because they say that Bobby Ray Davis was moving in on the turf. Now, the Federal Drug Enforcement Administration, it Union County Sheriff's Office, the Newark Police, the Essex County Sheriff's Office joined in with the Elizabeth Police and the State Police and the Union County Prosecutor's Office to begin an investigation of the group. And Sessoms, with the information that Mr. Sessoms gave them, he pretty much described them as a organized criminal enterprise. And he said that.
And I'm gonna tell you what Mutai Sessoms did. Mutai Sessoms, he was still selling pounds of weed when they was in the crack business. He got caught with like 50 pounds of weed or some shit like that in his car. When he got caught with that, he gave everybody up.
Wow. Imagine that.
He got caught. He got caught like 50 pounds.
I know dudes getting caught with 50 pounds of weed out here and getting house arrest. You know what I'm saying? Like, what the? It's just different.
In the 80s, 90s, and early 2000s, weed was like having crack cocaine, bro.
Yeah.
Times have changed a lot, man.
That it was taken seriously at all levels. And Detective Swan would go on to testify how Bilal Pretlow continued to run that operation even while he was incarcerated at the time of the November 1988 and subsequent arrest. Bilal Pretlow had paid bail and attorney fees for his group members. And while he was in the Union County Jail and on various drug charges, he continued to run the organization by calling telephones equipped with speed dialing, call forwarding, and conference call capabilities, telephone toll records to an apartment used by a gentleman we spoke earlier, Sean Hartwell, who authorities deemed was the first lieutenant who ran the operation in the absence of Bilal Pretlow. Showed that nearly 400 collect calls was made from the Union County Jail from November 1988 to early February 1989. And they say many of those calls were for an extended period of time, some lasting more than an hour. And they had 2 or 3 going on 3 hours is what they're saying. So normally the inmates are allowed to use the telephones in the jail for a specific 8-hour period, and each is restricted to approximately 5, maybe 10 minutes at a time. Bilal Pretlow, however, integrated himself with other inmates by pretty much by locking in with everybody. They're gonna say he brought them gifts and he promised them jobs upon his release, and those jobs were in his drug distribution operation, according to authorities. And they even gonna say in one instance he bought $70 Reebok sneakers for all the inmates on his tier, and it was going to be upwards of 35 inmates up there. So they had love for the boy. And they said inmates return favors by giving up their phone time to Pretlow, and that alone does not pretty much, they really couldn't explain besides him looking out for the inmates, the extensive use of the phone. And we're going to move on to January the 18th, 1991. Thomas Pretlow, who he was convicted of manslaughter in the fatal shooting of Bobby Ray Davis that we spoke of earlier, and federal charges brought by the United States for New Jersey were pending against Bilal and 8 other members of his group. So that's pretty much like when when indictment time came down, and Bilal Pretlow himself, he faced the death penalty on 2 of the charges brought under the new federal law, which provides for capital punishment for persons convicted of drug-related murders. Now, he is presently scheduled.
Yo, the death penalty, bro, for selling drugs. They was trying to give hood niggas the death penalty.
Yo, this shit's crazy, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But they was giving Italians, they were going to get life in prison. Niggas from the hood.
Exactly, and the Italians killing all the people.
The Italians killing 30, 40 people.
Yo, it's crazy, bro.
John Gotti he got life, bro. That nigga had like 100 murders on his jacket.
Right. Sam and the Bull end up getting off free.
Uh-huh.
All the mafias.
Well,
You know what I mean? Rizzuto's from here. You know what I'm saying? He's the one that did that hit in New York. The movie Donnie Brasco's.
Yo, check this out. Pharaoh Zulu, the baseball player for the Yankees, he lived 2 blocks away from me in Elizabeth, yo.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, because when I moved from the hood to like the good area. And 2 blocks away, they had matches and shit that was going from Elizabeth to Hillside, New Jersey. And Phil Zulu lived right down the street from me, bro.
I guess he was related to Victor Rizzuto, right?
Yeah, they're all family.
Scheduled, or he was presently scheduled to begin his federal trial, which was going to take place on March the 26th of 1991, and that was going to be him along with the 8 members of his group, and they were going to face drug rank and various other offenses. And he pretty much was looking at anywhere from going free to the death penalty. So with being a 21-year-old, you got to imagine the amount of pressure that was on his shoulders. So with that being said, it's going to be sometime towards the end of 1991, and I would say right before New Year's. UPI News reported it on December the 30th, 1991, where Bilal, at the age of 21, was found hanging by a bed sheet, and it was on a Sunday in a shower at the Union County Jail in Elizabeth.
First of all, let me say something about that. I was in Union County Jail in Elizabeth for years, but there's no way you can hang yourself from a bed sheet in a shower in Union County Jail unless somebody did it.
Exactly. How do you do that?
Right.
The shower's not even that tall, bro, to hang yourself from, yo. How you gonna hang yourself from a shower? The shit not that strong.
Yeah, you would have to hold your legs up.
Yeah. How you hold your own legs up?
Or either hog tie your legs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No man can hog tie their own legs, yo.
Exactly.
Right. That's what these niggas saying, though. Hold.
And that's where he was being held prior to trial. And that a little bit always seemed shaky to me, but then again, I don't know what it's like to be on trial, really fighting for my life. Definitely not in the first death penalty case, and definitely not being 21 years of age. So this case just has a lot of variables and a lot of, you just kind of got to look at it, and he pretty much lost all three of his brothers. His lieutenant ended up doing time. Shout out to Sean Hartwell. We happy he home. Y'all follow him on Instagram. Y'all go show him some love, keeping it solid. And y'all know we gonna be back, man, with some more real Trill Spill shit, man.
But hold on. They say he lost 3 brothers.
Instagram.
He lost 3 brothers at that time, right? But he also had 4 brothers I grew up with. Rest in peace to my little bro Eastwick. He passed. He got killed. You know what I'm saying? His other brother. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Samad, Samir, Shamar. Shout out to all of them, yo. That's how we do it, man. Listen, stand up. But yeah, you see how they try to do that shit, bro. They try to give you all this time for drugs, bro.
Right.
So-called murders.
Drugs. Not no crime syndicate. Not no, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Drugs.
Yeah.
You know you're flooding the hood with drugs, so what are you gonna do? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's out here, it's called gangsterism. Y'all think it's called the RICO.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something though. EPort Posse was a drug syndicate, bro. They had Elizabeth, New Jersey, North New Jersey, Roselle, Linden, Rahway. They had big connect. They had down south niggas.
I know, but were they only doing drugs? Is what I'm saying. You know, when you talk about the mafia, you got your hands in everything. You know,
right?
They was killing niggas. They was storing niggas the whole time, bro. All shit. No.
Right.
There was murders, extortion.
I heard you. For sure.
So, what you think about this, Cross?
Yeah, I think I'm with you on that. I just think it's crazy, like you say, back in the days. You know what I'm saying? 50 bowls, you going to want to kill you. Move some damn weed. You know what I'm saying? And I think they just hated them enough. They wanted to get rid of them so bad that they was just trying. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. You think about back in the days with prohibition, they ain't even to go that far unless you kill somebody. But
Jack Kennedy was down with the whole Italian mafia killing motherfuckers. They ain't never. His son became president and a fucking attorney general.
Right. I mean, that's just what hustling. I mean, that's always been a pastime tradition for anybody, whether it's politicians doing slick shit or whatever it could be. People working all the way down at the grocery store. Hell, it's always hustle. So I just think that they was mad because they was getting money and they couldn't stop them from getting money.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Yo, bro, I'm gonna tell you something, bro.
Now they flood the hood with dope, and all of a sudden there's a RICO. Hey.
Bro, I remember this shit, bro. I remember, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I walk up my apartment, right. I lived on the third floor, first floor Pioneer Homes, right. I remember Operation Pioneer. I lived in Pioneer Homes at the time. Yo. The ice cream truck would come. You need nigga here by your schools, nigga school clothes, the whole nine. He made sure everybody was good. And I think that's another reason I hate him because he did look up for the hood. He did some foul shit now. Don't get me wrong. He did some foul, fucked up shit. But he had the hood down.
But what about how did the nation feel about it?
One's with the territory.
Huh?
I said, how did the nation feel about him?
The Nation of Islam?
Yeah.
Nation is yeah. The Nation of Islam never even talked about him, bro. That's what power he had. It was quiet.
It's crazy because I always want to know because I know Islam is big, especially back then, and to think that they would allow.
Yo, hold up. Black to the P. We grew up together. He's from the same area I'm from. He could tell you how that shit was, bro.
Drop the link. Let him hit the link.
Yo, Black to the P, hit the link. It's the link is in the chat, bro. He'll tell you, bro. That shit was crazy when he was growing up, man. We seen this shit, bro.
That shit fueled New Jack City, you're saying?
Well, matter of fact, he paid the link on something for right now.
Watch what's up.
Right now, yo. This is crazy though, bro. Cause I remember this shit, bro. I said Black to people remember this shit too.
He said, "Funny, I don't see it." The link.
Well, I'm gonna right now. The link dropped, bro. The link dropped. See it pop it up. There you go.
So you said he had that much power. Nobody really said too much to him.
Right. He had the Elizabeth Police Department in his pocket. Matter of fact, like 4 of his cousins was a part of the Elizabeth Police Department, bro.
Damn. He got this shit on lock.
Yeah. 4 of his cousins were part of the Elizabeth Police Department, bro. His uncles, Elizabeth police officers. Shit like that. They work for the Elizabeth Board of Education, all that shit, bro. That family had that shit. Smash, bro.
Right.
If niggas don't know, they won't understand. But you would say you don't understand what that shit was. That shit was crazy.
He said send it to his IG.
Oh. Yo, Black to the PM, but text it to your phone, nigga. I just texted your phone, bro.
Y'all make sure y'all hit that like button, man. Share the content.
Yeah, this real spill, man. EPort Posse.
Yeah, that one. No.
When did that movie New Jack City come out? Came out like 89, right?
Oh, here we go. Here we go. Black to the P right here. Yo, what up, boy?
What's good?
What's good? Bro? What's good? Let's keep it real, bro.
Salute.
You remember EPort Posse came back out with these kids, bro? Hold up. Do you remember EPort Posse came out with these kids?
When EPort Posse was out?
No, well, not even EPort Posse. Remember what New Jack City came out with these kids?
Yeah, right.
Everybody was saying it was based on Bilal and EPort Posse, right?
That's a fact.
Why the fuck they trying to say now it's based on the Chambers brother from Alabama and Detroit?
Oh, I don't know.
Bro,
you got a similar story too. Who that? Mac Mizzle? That's Mac Me?
That's Mac Mizzle.
Oh, Mac Mizzle?
Yeah.
Oh. Salute.
Salute, you already know.
Salute. All right.
Yo, all right.
Nah, yeah, but that shit was supposed to be Bilal Pretlo's story.
Your brother. Remember the Pioneer Homes, the Gloria Manners, P.S. Manners, and motherfucker Seth Borton and the projects over there in North, right there, right on the border of Elizabeth. That was a fucking Carter, bro. I lived in the motherfucking Carter, bro. What the fuck doing? The Carter is based on Detroit.
Seth Borton, Dayton Street Projects.
Yeah, Elizabeth, Pioneer Homes, the Gloria Manners, Bayway, P.S. Manners. All that.
That's a fact.
All that shit locked, bro. It was not you could say
that's
about
a
that
fact.
shit.
Damn. They had it locked?
Yo, man, they had other gangster niggas scared to move work, bro, unless they got it from them.
Yeah, it was agreements all around town about who was selling what, where they were selling at, and how much all that was agreed upon.
You had to get your work. You had to get your coat from Bilal. Period. There was no.
A couple of niggas got killed because they didn't. That's a fact. No, that's a fact. I mean, he walked around with heads and all types of shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm telling you, Mutai Sessa was the first one who turned stage. Would you tell him how good of a person Mutai was before we found out what a rat really was?
Yeah.
That nigga used to come to the hood, teach us how to play basketball, football, baseball, buy us ices, the ice creams, whatever the truck came around. You know what I'm saying?
That's who he walked around the apartment with.
Yeah, Mutai Sessa, yeah.
I ain't know that was Mutai. Yeah. Cause yeah. That's crazy. Yep. Walked around with that boy head. I had the boy head in the freezer, right?
It was a freezer, but then they walked around and was in a motherfucking bowling ball battle.
Well, yeah, because he was basically walking around the apartment showing niggas what happened to him if they cross him. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's crazy right there.
Yeah, and Baba Ray, him and Baba Ray was just beefing over the coke and dope situation.
Yeah. And hold up. And yo, him and Baba Ray came to an agreement, but a few of Baba Ray henchmen decided they want to sell coke, and they wasn't supposed to. That's how that war started.
Listen. Listen, my nigga. I don't know nothing. I don't know shit.
Hey, yo, shout out to Rocky and Binky, them Baba Ray sons.
I just lived in the hood. That's all. I'm from that era. I'm from that era. Hear no evil, see no evil, speak no evil.
Man, that shit old now. All them niggas dead in jail. Some niggas never come home. So
yeah,
bro.
That's
yeah.
I ain't trying to open up no investigations.
Nigga, the investigation's been open, nigga.
Some new shit. They got kids out there. You just said it.
Right.
Their kids not built like their daddy.
Hey, these new niggas is different. My kids ain't built like me. They different.
Right. That's real talk. Yeah,
Word up.
That emotional shit is the emotion is built up. I mean, it's crazy. They got more emotional aggression built up before the action than after action. They like, man, let me get this off my chest. And they instead of fighting, nigga, they just want to walk you down. I'm like, it's just like crazy.
These niggas got all their mother's characteristics. They don't got the
These niggas don't think about the consequences. They react. You know what I'm saying? And then they think about the consequences when it's too late, and that's what leads them to telling. That's why it's more telling going on now than ever.
Facts, facts. Them niggas, they don't think about the consequences till it's too late, and them niggas start telling.
You know what I mean? That's the only option they got left. After you done did something, nigga, the only option now was tell or pay the consequences. And these niggas ain't built to pay consequences.
And you notice, and even when you're talking to your kids, it's like talking like the old saying, deer with the headlights on. It's like it's like the register, it's not registering. Like, do you not realize why you doing this? They were like, nah.
That's because see, we no longer download information to our brain. We no longer build our brain. These kids, information is being uploaded to these kids' brain. So when you download, you are in control of what's being downloaded. When they upload, whatever's on that hard drive is what's being uploaded. You know what I'm saying? So these kids are they don't build their brain no more. They being told everything is at their fingertips. Siri, this, Alexa, do this, and call grandma and call mommy and shit like that. Niggas get locked up, but we got locked up. If we got locked up when we was young, we knew numbers by heart. These kids need their phones. Yo, I need my phone. I need to get my mom and my girl number.
Yeah. Facts.
That's because this information is being uploaded. This information is being uploaded to your brain. It ain't downloaded, so it's not there permanently.
No, that's
I know grandma number from motherfucking 91.
A piece of the guy Paris time.
We used to know
the guy Paris time.
By heart,
I still know my grandmother from fucking 88.
Facts.
908, hold up, 908-558-1431.
And you remember growing up, one of the things was you had to learn people addresses. You just didn't pop up at people's cribs. You had to call, make sure you just wasn't pulling up unless you was really close to them, and you had to live on the block with them. And they mama knew you. You just didn't come to their house.
That's a fact. That's a fact. We learned how to navigate the earth, though. I used to drive down south with my grandmother and them. I learned where the south of the border. I knew that means we was almost to South Carolina. Like, I knew what it was. We learned how to, you know what I'm saying? We know how to navigate the earth by learning landmarks and shit.
Bro, we gonna keep it real, bro. We used to walk from Pioneer Homes all the way to Linden to Pond to play basketball, bro.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And we learned what shit was that by learning landmarks. Okay, at this corner we make this turn. These kids now just Google everything. If the internet failed, motherfuckers wouldn't even know their way back home.
That's real shit.
They don't know the city for real.
And if the internet fell right now, motherfuckers wouldn't know the way back home.
You're right. And think about it. And if you was really a real street dude, what you used to do when you go places, you go there to get lost to find your way back.
Oh, that's a fact. You take different ways. I know this way. Let me see if I go this way. What I'll get there. You know what I'm saying? That's how you heard the dead end streets and heard about blocks you never heard before in your own city and shit.
About the back streets, man.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
I remember one time, we'll keep it real. One time, I had go to Lincoln, New Jersey, bro. And I just crossed over to Elizabeth, right? And the motherfucker was chasing me. The New Jersey motherfuckers, they don't know about the one-way streets. Mary's a one-way street coming towards the highway and shit. I had Mary took that one-way street all the way down. And they hit Water Street on the left of Water Street. And right on Magnolia. And then I lost the motherfucker. Where the fuck did it go? I hit him with the one-way streets. We know the one-way streets at, bruh.
It's a fact. Hey, bro, let me tell you something. I as a kid, I was running around like, you know, outside playing and not paying attention, and fuck around and looked up and was unfamiliar at where I was at. Started crying, bro. About 10 minutes later, I'm just walking. I was right around the corner from my house, bro. That just, I'd never been from the front of the house before. I'm playing around. You know what I'm saying? Playing around, wandering off. Ended up somewhere else and looked up and didn't recognize shit. Yeah. It was like, oh my God. Like, where the fuck am I? From that day forward, I said, pay attention to everything you do, everywhere you go.
Yeah.
That way you know your way home. You know what I'm saying? No matter what.
But you said something too real, Black, to the P. You said, and we was taught that from the old folks, the folks that didn't follow what the rules was as far as, like you said, uploading whatever man put out there. The sites. Oh, go up here. It's that church right up there. It's that church always been there. Hit that left. You're gonna go down that road right before they'll tell you just like that. That's how you had to know. They ain't tell you.
That's how we
address.
still give direction.
Yeah, and they ain't know the address. You be like, what's the address? I don't know the address. I can tell you how to get there though.
That's a fact. Motherfucker pull up on me right now, and I'll be like, look, you go to that bridge, you make a left. When you gonna go right down 2 blocks, you gonna see a chicken shack. When you see that chicken shack, bust a right. That's how I give directions right now today.
Landmarks.
That's a fact.
Low love, salute, low peace, yo.
Salute.
Yo, but the funny shit is, bro. Like I said, I look at all these niggas, bro. I'm going about, yo, Elizabeth. You go from
Lola Montana, salute.
You go from Elizabeth to Linden, New Jersey. You called through 3 towns already, yo.
Yeah.
You go 3 towns. We walked that shit. We walked that shit to play basketball.
That's a fact. My father lived in Roselle, so I used to walk to Roselle all the time.
So you
know, just like, I don't know if y'all saw that. I saw a video the other day, messed me up, and it was in Chicago, and they had it on a short clip in Chicago where the police boxed in. Man, it had to have been about at least 30 Chargers, Scat Pats, all these damn different souped up rides. These young boys, they boxed them in because half of them were stolen, and they was trying to get away.
That's crazy.
It's just crazy.
Word.
I just like, we used to try to
That's
get away
crazy.
to get to the money. They are stealing shit and driving around, and
I want you to watch something too, Julian. I want you to watch something too. All right. Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I'm telling you, these kids, like you say, they don't have a moral compass. They live for right then. You know, statistics show now it's like the average age for kids of wanting to live is like 16. Back then, people used to be like 18, 21 to make it.
Drugs are downers. They're like, makes them want to kill themselves and shit. It's crazy.
I want to tell y'all kids something, yo.
Pills and all
killing yourself is not going to change anything. Y'all got to stand up and be strong. Y'all got to stand on your fucking 10 toes. Whatever the world's put in your face, you got to conquer that shit. You can't think about suicide or I don't want to be here. Nah, motherfuckers, live your fucking life. Grow the fuck up. Be strong. Be strong, man. I don't give a fuck what. No matter what I go through, I can be broke, homeless, on a motherfucking sleeping on a motherfucking bitch. I'm not killing myself. Don't want to do. I'm gonna find a way to get that money so I can get the fuck off this bitch.
Right.
No, that's real. And then you know what? Another thing too was, and we was talking about it last night. My homeboy was on my show, and we was talking about a lot of times kids. And he said something on the head, hit it right on the head with it. He said self-evaluation. They don't know how to give their self. They don't know how to critique themselves and be honest with themselves. You see what I'm saying? They don't have any self-evaluation. They motivated, but the motivation ain't where it's supposed to be because they don't say, well, damn, they can't sit back and say, but damn, because most of the times when we were growing up, it was like, what would our mama and daddy or our granny or somebody say? But they kids nowadays can't say that. Hell, have they grannies damn near about 10 years, 15, 12 years older than them. So they don't see what we used to see.
Yeah, that's true too, you know. That's true. But so like I'm saying, I did this show today, man, to shout out my fucking city, man. Elizabeth, New Jersey, EPort, Eastwick. EPort Posse, Phase 2, Phase 1, the Get Along Gang, South Park Street Posse, motherfucking Florida Street Posse, motherfucking Captain Street Posse, East Grand Street. You know what I'm saying, nigga? We get it in, bro.
Fact.
That's why I did this show today, bro. I got tired. I was listening to motherfucker talking about New Jack City was based off the Chambers Brothers. No, motherfucker. I remember when New Jack City came out. I went to the 11 10 to go see the movie, bro.
Niggas was always doing that.
They was talking about it was based on Bilal Pretlow and EPort Posse, bro. Back then, in the 80s, bro.
Right.
So how the fuck is based on the Chambers Brothers now? Fuck them country bucket niggas, man. Them niggas left Alabama and went to Detroit and made money. But the niggas also let a white boy rattle them and ruin their whole organization.
Right.
White boy Rick.
White boy Rick. Yeah.
Oh yeah, white boy Rick. Yeah.
He ruined their whole organization because this nigga was writing since he was 12.
Since he was 12? God damn.
White boy Rick, he started rallying these niggas so he could save his father. And he got a drug game. And when he got a drug game, he started giving the federal government information on the Chambers brothers, other brothers out of Detroit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he was because the whole thing was he was smashing the mayor's daughter, which is the same dude. You remember first? You remember
the Chambers? That was the Chambers boy's wife.
Right, but I'm saying I know that, but I'm saying it was the mayor that was the girl's daughter that he was smashing.
Yeah.
That's why he made sure he stayed in there. The guy that was the chief of police in the Beverly Hills Cop movie, the first one, the black dude.
He was the mayor, yeah.
Yeah, he was the mayor of Detroit. Damn, he was getting a lot of money, dog. He was balling. And then that white boy came in and he didn't like that, and he started smashing his daughter, and that's why his ass couldn't get out. Cause shit, he was like, nah, because he took a lot of people down.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did it. I'm keep real. Boy, so young, he didn't know what the fuck he was doing, bro. 12 years old, 11 years old, 13 years old, bro. Well, I'm from. You knew you were a rat. You're a rat. That you can't tell them motherfuckers, but the white motherfuckers, they was telling motherfuckers anyway. They didn't give a fuck on that rat shit. They didn't know what it was to be a rat.
Yeah, it's true. They have no code of conduct, but yes, still, they never get locked up.
Yeah, like I said, man, fuck it. I'm gonna say it again. Shout out to Elizabeth, New Jersey, Eastwick. Stand the fuck up, EPort Posse. All you niggas, the Get Along Gang, the Phase 1, Phase 2, Catherine Street Posse, South Park Street Posse. Let's go, PS Matters, Bay Way. Let's get it, bruh. We did it, bruh. So fuck what everybody else think. We did it. That's real talk, yo. But yo, man, I appreciate everybody for coming up here, man. I had to show my husband some love. We the real New Jack City motherfuckers. Hold on. Let me look at these motherfuckers in the eyes real quick. Let me look at these motherfuckers in the eyes real quick. Take these shades off and shit. Nigga, we the real New Jack City motherfuckers. Elizabeth, New Jersey, stand up. I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna keep 100%. I'm gonna keep $150 with you. Them niggas in Harlem, New York didn't make no money like Elizabeth make money, nigga. That nigga Alpo, Rich Porter, AZ, they ain't had no money like them niggas from Jersey. I ain't gonna say Jersey, period, bro. The niggas at Elizabeth, North, we had that big bag, yo. Big bag, take little bag, nigga. That shit was long. We had, the niggas, while from the niggas had. That money was train smoke long, nigga. Train smoke. Choo choo. Let's keep it real.
That money train.
That money. The niggas from Harlem only had block money. We had Jersey long money, yo. Longer than train smoke, nigga. For real. I ain't said I had it, but I see niggas that had it. I was around it. I remember them niggas, yo. So shout out to my niggas, man. Rest in peace to the ones that didn't make it. Hey, yo, we ain't no Bloods or no Crips. We doing our own thing. BTV just started his own game. Like, nigga, what?
Salute.
Salute, man. Appreciate y'all for coming out, man.
All right, peace.